Let's just give till next 2 minutes, then we start. Yeah. I know. Yeah, that's very true. Okay. Can we start? Then they will join later. Most of them they might be coming back, so I think we should proceed. Then they will slowly join as we go. Hello, you guys can hear me? Hello, can you guys hear me? Let me get the feedback first.
Hello, yes, I can hear you.
All right. So you can just go on. Then um, they'll keep joining as they get home. Yeah. Yes, I think we will start with. Yeah, I think we'll start with you. Then proceed to Lekan. So should we give them a grace of few minutes? I don't know. We don't know. I don't know. Mm. All right. Um. So let's just get on. Then they'll keep on joining. Like I said. So welcome to our Actually, this is our last session, our last virtual session for this semester. So, as you guys have seen, we are having uh, actually two speakers who are currently interning at Goldman Sachs as summer analysts. Um, yeah, who are currently interning as summer analysts. And from the title, Acing the Goldman Sachs internship application. So basically, we're going to get a detailed walkthrough on how to ace the Goldman Sachs internship right from application stage to interview stage. So me, I'm very very particular about this because I got dropped at the second stage, so I really want to understand what it takes to land an internship at Goldman Sachs. So our first speaker today will be Olainka. Um, and then we are also having an extra speaker who is also interning at Goldman Sachs. His name is Ola Milekon. He's also a Goldman Sachs intern. So we would be starting with Olainka. Please, can you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone. Thank you for the introduction. So hi everyone. Um, my name is Olayinka Atobiloye, and like you mentioned, okay, no, let me start over. So sorry. Hi everyone. My name is Olayinka Atobiloye. I am a computer engineering student at the University of Lagos. I am currently in my fourth year, and like you mentioned earlier, um. I am currently interning at Goldman Sachs as an engineering summer analyst. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
All right. And our next speaker, which we'll be having later on, his name is Olamile Khan or Rimoro. Please, hope I not destroy your name. Please, can you? Uh,
Yeah, can anyone hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, okay. So my name is Arimor Olamileko Ezekiel. I'm a fourth year engineering student, electrical electronics engineering student from University of Lagos. I think in kind of classmates. Yeah, so yeah, I'm also currently interning at Goldman Sachs, summer engineering summer analyst. That's me in short.
All right. Okay.
I'm excited to be here.
The spirit of turning on cameras. Let me turn on my camera. All right. So a lot of people here are very curious about the title. First of all, we are in this part of the world. We're in Nigeria, and we don't usually come across this type of information or even opportunities, and so it's kind of a new domain for a lot of people, especially investor view. So, which is why I thought that okay, we actually bring this so that a lot of people can learn about this type of opportunities. So we will be starting with Olanka. Please, can you give us an overview of Goldman Sachs internship in general? What someone that is just hearing it for the first time, what the person needs to know about it? Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so basically the internship is like a summer internship, which basically means that you come to the firm, you come over to London, to the UK actually. It could be London, it could be Birmingham for a period of 10 weeks for the internship. So the internship runs in the summer, which means it usually starts from like around June and ends like around end of August, beginning of September. So basically, you'll be paired to teams. So there are like lots of teams here at Goldman Sachs, and then you'll be paired with a team. And during these 10 weeks, you would be working on a project. So you would have a manager that will be assigned to you. You would have a body. You would have like some support systems basically, and then you would basically be trying to like build something within like 10 weeks. So which I know sounds scary a little, but yeah, it's not as scary as it sounds. It's quite chill. People are always ready to help you and support you, like as you're building whatever it is that you get assigned to. So yeah.
Hmm. So basically, is this opportunity is it available for like anyone from any region? Not the, and is it for students, or if you're not in school you can still apply?
Yeah, so it's like to answer your first question, it's for everyone, everyone in any region. But basically because like Africans generally we tend to be overlooked, maybe because you know maybe in the process of like applying for these things, maybe like your CV, there are like many other people that you're competing with that has like maybe like bigger school names in their CV and like several other factors. So because of that, Goldman has like a separate um separate hiring program for Africans, for talents from Africa. So it doesn't mean that you can't still apply for the general one, right? You can also still apply for the general one, just like it's like way more competitive, and you have like a much higher chance when you apply um through this like Africa recruiting pipeline that they have. Yeah, so yeah, basically the internship is for anyone, absolutely anyone can apply. For your second question, it is mostly for students and like new graduates. So if you just finished school like in like 1 2 years ago, you can also still apply for the internship, but you need to do like a fresh graduate. So yeah, students and like fresh graduates can apply.
Hmm. That's interesting. So most people might not understand what you have been saying. You said something about African recruiting. I don't know. Is it possible for you to share your screen so that they see exactly what you're talking about? Like you said, we shouldn't apply. We no, we can apply for the general one, but we should focus more on the African recruiter. So they might not really. So it would be nice if you can share your screen so that they will see what you're talking about.
I can't share my screen because I'm actually still at work, so I'm joining this from work. I don't know if
Okay, I think I
um
let me.
Lincoln can share it on.
Look, can you share?
I'm trying to check.
All right.
Yeah, I think I have it there. Yes, drag this thing in window. Yes, sorry. Let me share my screen out. Sorry. Try this. I know what's in my screen.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's what it's yes,
Okay.
Yes,
So
yes, basically, yeah.
okay. So there are two kind of internship programs that Goldman Sachs run. I think, or are there more, or these are just the two we should focus on if you want to apply from this region? I think.
So it's still internship program, but it's not the one you're thinking of, right? So the normal internship program, which is what I'm currently doing, the summer internship program. So just that the summer internship program, they have like a pipeline for African talent, which is the Africa ACRI, the African and Caribbean Recruiting Initiative. So that is still one internship program. It's just one single internship program, just that it has like two different pipelines. If that makes sense, there are probably even more. I think there is a pipeline for Asian people as well, but this is the one that relates to us. And there's also an internship program that they run, which is the off-cycle internship, which basically means that it doesn't have to be in the summer. You can basically come and intern anytime that you want. So and it's usually longer because the summer one is like 10 weeks, but that one could be like from like 3 months upward, right? So it could be 6 months. It should just be under a year, basically. Um, so that is the off-cycle internship. Unfortunately, the off-cycle internship does not have a Caribbean, an African pipeline, but you can still apply for that one. It's a general one. It's usually open all year round, so you could check and apply for it anytime. So yeah, those two internships.
Okay, okay. So I've gotten first thing down. We should focus on applying to this one. So now the application process, because for me, I'm thinking the application starts August 15th. So Abi we should apply early. Does that count? Is it like a rolling kind of stuff or
It's not rolling.
okay?
I mean, because it starts in the summer, so they need to apply and they need to take in people like early as they can. So I don't know. It differs when it's closes. It differ. Even when it opens differs, because I know that last year it opened around December. I think Lakon, right?
Yeah.
The internship, at least for the ACRI, it opened quite late. It opened around December time, but it's opening like earlier this year. So yeah, so the timeline really differs. So I can't really tell you like, oh, this is when it's going to close. But I can definitely tell you that you should apply early. Definitely, like applying early is because they always have like, oh, this is the number of people we want to take in, and by the time they start reviewing applications and they, you know, exhausted, like, oh, we already have 100 people that want to, now we feel we can interview and we only want to hire 5 people, and those 100 people's application were strong, most likely, and they, I mean, because it's like they're engineers that need to interview you, so the engineers don't have like thousands of time, like thousands of hours on their ends to like start intervene everyone. So it's better that you apply as early as you possibly could. About how the application is, it's mostly they will ask you for like the normal details, your name, your email, all of that. But I think the most important part would be a cover letter. Like you would have to write a cover letter on I think why you want to work in GS or why you are applying for the particular division that you're applying for, because it's not this is not just for engineering, just in case we have other people that are not like engineering or tech people. They have like a lot of other rules, so like maybe why you're applying for the particular division that you're applying for. Yeah, so they would ask that, and then they would ask you for your CV. So I think those are probably the main things, yeah, like your CV and your cover letter.
Okay. So once we have all our details in place, our CV cover letter, then I think a button will pop up under once it's August 15th. Then for anybody to apply. Yeah. So fill the form. So how long do they usually take to reply back with any feedback?
So, like I said, it really differs. For me, when I applied, it took um like I don't know, like 2 months. I think I applied around September. They got back to me around December. But in Lakon's case, I think in a month, Lakon.
Yeah, I think because the application came out late, so they kind of rushed the process. About the whole process was about 3 months, January to March. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, and for me, it was like from like September to February for me. So it really differs, to be honest. So I mean, just keep checking your mails, keep checking their website for updates, be in touch with like other people that apply for it so that you guys can communicate with each other about how the process is going.
Okay. So once they reach out to you, what will be the first thing that they will send? What information will they pass across?
And like, do you want to take that?
Sorry, can you come again? Sorry.
Yeah. So once we apply and they reach out to us, what are they going to reach out to us with? What's the next step?
Okay, yeah. So I think the first step is getting the second meal. Yeah, so if you not get second meal, probably something was wrong. Yeah. So the next step, so extra step is to get the next mail, which is about the code. Is it code about or they use?
Is it
No, it's
hacker?
not code about Akarank. Yeah.
Yeah, hacker.
So they use Akarank. So the first stage is getting the Akarank email. So if you don't get it, I think you're out in the first stage. Yeah. So if you get the Akarank email, that means you're in the next step. So
So
you get the Akarank email.
what is
Sorry?
what is the whole hacker rank? What is it? Some people might not know what hacker rank is. So
Yeah, it's like lead code about all these apps
good
or yeah,
questions.
website that you can practice of DSA questions and all these programming questions for test majorly. So I think it's just like a fair thing to do, just to put everybody on the test and see people that will pass it. So the first stage is just getting their current email and doing it.
So in your case, did you how many questions were you asked and did you answer everything correctly? So would you say to somebody that okay, strive to answer all the questions correctly, or if you kind of miss like two, three, if you fail some, there's still a chance for you to be called back.
The thing is, I don't know the criteria or like the calculation, like the way they calculated it. But I think three programming questions, six programming questions, no? Yeah, very three tough programming questions. And I think about nine maths questions or so, or six, I don't know, or 10, something like that. Yeah, so there are maths questions and programming. I think I did the math well. And the programming course, I think I did the question. I think I got to write two test cases, everything ran. The third question, not all the test cases like ran successfully. I think out of like six or nine test cases, I think about half like six test cases ran out of nine. Yeah, so just I did me, I don't know, like just try to get everything to be on like the safe side you get. But I think I got two questions right. All the test cases ran successfully. The second one, on the last question out of the three, some test cases like was passed, but the other failed. But time was up, so I had to submit. But I did the maths correctly. I think I got almost all the maths questions. So,
Okay, so
but one thing I noticed that a lot of people got the passed the ACA rank. I don't know why. This year it was because this was my second time of trying that I got it. The first time I think I've tried two times or one time. I don't know. But like those times, I didn't used to get any email after the ACA rank.
so my case, I don't even know. I passed the hacker rank, sha. But I know I tried my best. But yeah, I think maybe this year on the hacker rank was not that tough. Maybe this was my first time, so I'm just assuming. Yeah. So now, once you scale the hacker rank and successfully, what's the next step?
And the next step after ACA rank was I think I did one like program, like one seminar. I don't even know. Like just tell you about what the next step is. The thing is that they'll carry along what the next step is. You know what the next thing is. So they'll
Yeah.
carry along. I think they held a meeting where all the people that passed their current joined, and they told us about the next phase. And I can't really remember. I think it's January. That's a long time. Yeah. So I think after that, the next thing was what's the next thing? This stuff. Why am I forgetting all these things? I'm tired. Yeah. I've forgotten the name of this thing.
Is
Did they
that
I have,
hire you?
yeah, yeah.
higher?
So I have you the next stage after the current and the seminar, the meeting. So I have you where you would be like it's just like remote interview where you don't have like a physical interviewer. It's like a recorded stuff. So you have to look for a very good background like you have to be like settled, yeah. Because that was the first time I did something like that before, yeah. I've never like all my interview I've done in my career was meeting someone. You know, you can see someone's face and you can flow. But this was recorded like a time stack.
Wait, you applied for this last year, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So which stage were you not successful, or wait, is this the second time?
Sorry, what did you say?
Did you get last year?
No, last it's this year now, Abby. Was
Okay,
that like
okay. You said this is your second time applying.
yeah, yeah, I got the second time.
Okay, so I'm asking the first time. Did you?
I think I've applied two times. This was my third time, I think. Yeah. The first two times I didn't used to get any mail after I can.
Oh, okay, okay. So, what would you say someone should prepare for in the? I think that second hacker rank interview. We usually call it behavioral interview. Is that behavioral?
Which
The higher view is it behavioral?
yeah, is behavior.
Yeah. So,
I just think I pass like just be like very calm and like just be cool, like
because I don't
because
know
if you
why
have
I don't know
there's
why
no way you can
I
fail
was not
if
invited.
tension or pressure.
I don't know why I was not invited for the final one because I was as calm as possible. I guess I didn't answer the questions correctly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the thing is all these things are things that have been done repeatedly. You can check Glassdoor and all those apps, all these websites. They'll give you like hint on the questions you expect. So just look for answers. The thing is crazy actually. Yeah, because you can see question, you have like 50 seconds to like prepare your answer and
Yes.
you just start recording. Like it's so crazy. Like at some point I was just like, what am I saying?
Can you
I was just
can you talk on the star method? Because they really emphasize star method in that.
I should not lie. When the pressure was crazy, I forgot star method. I
Ah,
was
because me, I'm thinking that is the star method that I didn't really use well. and make them not to pick me, or maybe it might be my answers are not really good.
I
So
think just convincing answers will help actually. But the star method you can practice. I think the goal of the star method is just so that you are not talking too much, so that you can have something like specific to say.
okay, so we might be talking about the star method. Can you give the full?
More, don't even know it. Okay. I'm not trying to know it. I don't know it actually. I
Okay,
know it, but I forgot the name it stands for.
Oleka, please can you tell me the full abbreviation of the star method that people should pay attention to for the second stage?
Star situation,
Hmm?
task. Um, I think
Situation, task, action, and result.
action and results. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
so
Action and results.
can you give like a question and then use this star method to answer it? So let's just see
Oh,
what it's like.
okay. So basically the whole purpose of the star approach is to basically like give you like sort of like a step by step process on how to actually like answer situational questions. So let's say they ask you something about, oh, tell me about a time when you tell me about a time when you encountered a challenge and how did you solve it. So, following the star approach, you will talk about situation. So, situation could be like anything. So, let's say, for example, it would be, oh, there was a time when I first joined a new team and they were using a technology that I had no idea of and I absolutely had never used before. So, that's the situation. Then, what task? What was the task? Then, oh, I was asked to build, and using this new technology and joining the team, I was asked to build a landing page within a week. So that's the task. So you talk about the situation, you've talked about the task. Then the next thing is action. So you've mentioned the problem that you face. So now of course they need to know how you solved it. So you could be like, oh, so I gave myself 3 days. I started learning this course on Coursera. I started, something like that. Then results would be something like, oh, then at the end of the 1 week I built the landing page and everybody in the team were happy and they were so excited to see my growth. Something like that. This is a very simplified version, but basically like following that approach. So
Yeah, so the thing now is to use the star method when you're probably under pressure. I think is how many questions is the higher view? Is it 5 or 6? Because mine was up to five. Only 5 or 4. I can't really remember. Can you remember how many questions you were asked?
yeah, so I didn't do IRView, so I applied 2 years ago. So I got the return offer. So I didn't like apply again. So I got the return offer for the internship. So I just came straight up like without going through the application process. So
Okay, so the first thing,
and when during my time
yeah.
it was like we applied, I had the upper rank. Then I went straight to like a super day interview. So maybe later I can talk more about the IRV.
Okay. So let's say we should expect like I don't know 4 to 5 questions. So basically, the higher view is like a recording will come on. You'll see someone, probably someone from the office, a pre-recorded video. They will be like, imagine a situation where you blah blah blah, you're employed in this company. This is this. So they will narrate question for you. Then you have, I think, is it how many minutes? Is it 1 minute or seconds to answer?
I
So you're
think
going,
one once.
yeah. So there's going to be a period between when the question stops and there's a little bit trial you can do. Then the clock will count down, and then you have to record your response very quickly, possibly still being very calm and using the star method. Then that question will finish. Then you click submit. Then the next question will start to play. Then the same person will talk again, or another person describe a situation, then or ask you a question. Then countdown will happen. Then you turn on your camera, record another one, just like that till you answer all those questions. So that is the higher view. So the higher view is actually a platform that they use for this type of interview. So just let me see if I can drop a link to higher view, so you get what I'm talking about. So yeah, this is higher view. So just in case you're wondering, yeah. So let's say luck is on our side and we scale through the higher view. What next will happen? You said something about super day. So unfortunately, I was not invited to super day, but hopefully this time. So what?
Yeah. So yeah. Sorry. Go on.
Yeah, continue. What's the super day about?
Okay. So basically, the super day is the last stage of the application process, which is basically the real, live interview by itself. So in the interview, you would, I mean, honestly, I feel like it changes year by year, like what the format of the super day is, right? Because so talking about like um 3 years ago, so the person that applied before me, like one of the people that guided me through my process. So one of them, he talked about how like during the super day they had like the system design interview, right? But during my own super day there was nothing like that, and I think during the concert where there was nothing like that. So to be quite honest, it changes like every year. But I think mostly the format of the super day is you basically there will be like two interviewers. There at least let me talk from my own experience, right? So in my own experience, I had two back-to-back interviews, 30 minutes each. For each round, there were two engineers. And basically they would ask you question like they would ask a mix of technical questions and situational questions. So they would ask you questions about, how you would work with a team. So they would ask questions like, questions that you could answer with that approach. Just so basically the whole purpose of the question is they basically want to see like how much of a culture fit you would be. Basically, that's the purpose of this question. So you would like to ask questions like, oh, how would you, if you have a new project and you don't know anything about anything, how would you go about solving it? If you had this challenge with someone, how would you go about if you had this communication issue with someone, how would you go about, navigating it, stuff questions like that. I think like if you Google, you would or you like ask ChatGPT or something, it would like give you like oh this are the like list of IP questions, situational questions, and then they would ask you technical questions. So Lincoln was talking earlier about like hacker rank and all of that. So instead of like you've already coded in hacker rank, so for some reason they I mean in my own state they might decide to bring it in this coming edition. I don't know. But in my own time, I didn't code live, but then they asked like four technical questions. I think Lekon as well. Maybe Lekon can also like give him an overview of his own interview after this. But like they could ask you questions. They asked me like questions on data structures. I didn't code, but like this one was like more about like your understanding of how these things work, right? Which I think for some people it could even be harder than actually coding because most people when they start, they have actually like forgotten like a lot of like the foundation of all these things. So you could be solving like oh, duplicate contains duplicates, remove this from a list, all of that. Then you for actually forgotten about oh, in
Uh,
what situation would I be using an hash map? Why would I want to use a tree? You understand? So those kind of questions where it's mostly like about your basic like foundational knowledge of it. 'Cause, I mean, you're not coding it, so it would mostly be about you telling them, oh, then I will create this with an hash map, and the reason why I would use an hash map is so it's really like about like your communication skills and really like your understanding of like the foundations. So from my own experience, yeah, so that was basically the super day. So you have it with like two rounds back to back, 30 minutes each, two engineers each. Um and yeah.
okay. So Lekon, was it similar situation in your case?
Yeah, kind of same experience, but it depends. I think you can just that's why you in everything just must pray. You get, yeah. Some people get lucky and like meet people that are not really tough. And you meet some people that will drill you.
Did you
Even
code them?
no, you not code like, but they can ask coding questions. Okay, tell you to get like a white paper and a pen to solve. Yeah,
Mm.
probably they give you maybe like hash map or linked list or something question. So you just solve and just tell them how you got the answer, and it's just basically combination of behavioral and technical, trying to know you and ask you some questions. It's actually not really tough, but just prepare. It is like I'm so random. Like they can ask what you didn't even expect, like system design questions and all. Like and you can say, look, they'll ask you like hash map and all this stuff. And they can ask you about it's just I think they know what they are looking for. So you get just try to like be real, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Be real and just try to solve the questions, even though you don't get the exact answer. Just try to like tell them thought process. I remember they asked me a question, I solved it, and they're like, "How can I improve this?" I said, "They're like, oh, I was not like if they're other." And it can also be that be open to like probably keep mentioning that oh, this is probably what you know, and you're always open to learning and like growing. Probably there's a question they ask and you don't know. Don't just be saying trying to sound smart and you're saying rubbish because they will know you're saying rubbish because they have experience and they're very good. Yeah, so anything you don't really know, just tell them what you know about that thing. Not that you just I don't know. Like tell them what you know about that and you're like, wow, it's something I can really check up or something like that. And you get it shows that yeah, you're someone that can learn.
Mm.
And if they put it in that you don't know anything, you can be open to learning, which you will definitely have if you enter the team. They'll put in a team you don't know anything about.
Okay, so um, in the spirit of preparation, what's your best resource that someone can really get up to speed with all the data structures, possibly some algorithms?
Omo, the thing is, if I tell you to start learning all the data structure, you might be disappointed. So, because yeah, for the account, you definitely need like to be good with data structure and algorithm. Like for the account, you need to be very good. Yeah, because they can ask. I think they ask in dynamic programming and those stuff. Yeah. So this
Okay,
thing is just just practice. I think trying to learn it from scratch now might be too late. Just try to solve questions on different data structures, linked list, dynamic programming. What are these stuff? My head is I'm very my head is aching. I'm sorry. Yeah. So yeah, hash map, linked list, trees, yeah, and all this stuff. Just try to solve questions. It can be so random. Like the way they do it, they won't really sieve out people. So you get that's something that you just cram two questions and go, you'll be so disappointed, none of it will like come out. Yeah, so most likely you definitely get past the current stage. I think the behavioral you need to actually practice the IRV. I think there are apps or website that you can practice IRV, or you can practice with someone, your friend.
okay,
Just join your friend, let them ask you questions, random questions, and go to Glassdoor, possible Goldman Sachs questions for IRV or something like that. Check Google, suggest a lot of questions. Yeah.
okay, okay. Okay, so the first stage, then the second stage, then the super day. So from that point, what should they expect? So if they have, wait, how long will
Eh,
it get for them to get back to you after that super day?
oh, when they told us 1 week, oh, when they got back to me, I think 3 weeks after. 3 weeks after they go back to me, I just got a phone call. Yeah,
Phone
from
call.
a from a UK number, and oh, we'd like to accept the offer. And yeah, but some people probably if they're not sure about you, they can jump on a call again with you to just check up on if they are truly sure about the decision they want to make. You get, but most times, like they will definitely know the people they want. So you might some people get like response earlier than others. Yeah, but definitely if they'll pick your notes, you get a response.
They won't send an email. Okay, you said phone number.
Me, I got the phone call before an email.
Okay, 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 okay. So from that point, now, okay, you accept the offer. What then happens from there? Okay, I guess
Get
first
to
of all,
travel.
both of you are in your 400 level, right?
Yeah.
So I guess you're using IT now.
No, no, no. I just resumed 411 October.
Oh, you are resuming 400 level. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So how is it possible? Because most people might be thinking, okay, since it's not remote, did you guys suspend studies or what? How did you
I
guys?
think luckily for us, we are out of session in school.
Okay, okay. But let's say, I don't know, have you had any incident like maybe
Nah,
past?
I'm not sure it ever happened.
No, I mean like past people that you know that have applied.
The people I know is always in the summer. Most times, in lag is always on break in summer.
Oh,
I think I've known someone that skipped school basically. So it was there, then it just like flew to Nigeria for his exams, then came back. So I think you just need. I think it's really like what is like a priority to you. I think like if you do really like actually do come here, right? Like during the semester, like you just need to be open and communicate with your team, with your manager, with like everyone around you, with your team members, and let them know that oh, I'm still in school, and probably like one day I would like to work from home so that I can use half the day to. I mean, it's really like depends on your team, right? So I think like everybody is super nice, super friendly, and super welcome. So if you need like time to actually like work on your project or anything, they will be willing to help and give you more time to work on school rather. So they will give you time. But hopefully, like most of the time, it doesn't fall into the summer. So it doesn't fall into the semester. Sorry. So
Okay, so let's say there will probably be a way around that. So okay, we just have like 15 minutes, so let's just get to the nitty gritty so that they can ask their question. So once you get the offer, what then happens? What happens from that point and the process?
You process this and all this long process.
How long did it take you?
Yeah, the visa is not the problem. You get a visa in like 5 days or 3 days or 4 days. Yeah, but like they need to do a lot of background check. It's frustrating actually. Like you need to get letter from school or you today or something. You to submit. It's a frustrating process actually.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's actually a good frustrating thing. I don't know if it's correct, but yeah, it's good and it's frustrating because you got an offer with a big bank. Yeah,
Okay, so it's a 3 months internship. That's 10 weeks, I think.
10 weeks, not 3 months.
Yeah. Okay, so it's more than. Oh yeah.
But the visa is like 12. No, more than 3 months. Yeah.
Okay. So some people might be curious, how much you are being paid and the volume of
Ah,
work and the, and the volume of work you guys are doing. Is it like, are you guys working on like stuff that Goldman Sachs is using, or you guys are working like on an intern project? That
yeah.
number.
About the pay, I think that's very confidential. I'm not
No,
saying.
you can give us a range. We don't need
Yeah,
exact.
no, definitely good check on private Glassdoor. You probably see a range there or something.
Uh,
Yeah. So, but for the project, yeah, you definitely work with experienced people. There's a project assigned to you as an intern that you work on, and then you do presentation. My presentation is about it. Crazy. Yeah. So you do presentation of project, and if you do well, you get the return offer. That's the goal.
so what's a return offer and how? Because normally when I hear of return offer, I'm like, okay, you really need to be extremely good and perform extremely well during your internship. Does that directly correlate to getting a return offer?
Me, I've not gotten one before, but what I know is actually one, yeah, being good, it depends. It might not really sound like technically like programming because they expect it to be an intern. Like intern means someone with zero experience. That's mean of intern. Yeah, so if you have zero experience or not, but they expect to see the potential of someone that can work with them in you. I think
Okay,
that's the major determinant. Sha.
okay. Olaika, what could you say is the best bet so someone successfully interns at Goldman Sachs? What should the person do to get the return offer?
I think this is probably for every company actually, not just for Goldman. But I think you need to be communicating well. Like sometimes it's really not about you, like Lekon mentioned, like it's really not about you like being the best programmer, but they want someone. I mean, most of the time, like the person you are working with, you are going to be stuck with them for like a long time, right? So you are going to be in the office for like 9, 10 hours a day. You are going to be working for like maybe years, right? So you are going to work with this person for years, for like 10, maybe like 9, 10 hours, or probably more per day. So they want to work with someone they feel like they could actually work with, right? So um you need to be someone that communicates a lot with the team. You need to be someone that carries the team along, right? So most first and foremost communication for me, right? And like Lekon says, you need to you need to show potential. So it's not really about oh most people, some people don't even know like basic HTML before they come here. Like I've met people like that that said they didn't even know like basic HTML before they came, right?
Yeah.
So it's really not about like knowing everything. It's about showing like every single day, learn something new. Like don't just like don't come to the office without like adding any kind of like new value, right? So learn something new, do something like maybe even if it is just like a little thing on your project, like every single day that you come into the office, do that. So I think for me, I would say mostly those, right? And again, communication, right? So like communicate with your manager, let your manager know, oh, I want to come back. What are the things that I need to do to come back? Leverage the people around you, ask questions like, oh, schedule catch ups with people. Like here you can actually like meet as many people as you want, right? So you can schedule catch up with anybody and say like, oh, I want to chat with you. Schedule catch up with them, talk to them, like learn from their experience, right? So because like many people have many advices, and who knows, you could just like meet someone who, because you face many challenges, right? And your challenges are going to be like unique to you, right? So who knows, you could actually meet someone that has gone through something like similar to what you're going through, that could actually give you like guide and step by step process on how to go about it. So meet people, talk to them, get as many advices as you can, and of course work on your project, be hardworking, learn. I mean, learn something new every day. Show that willingness that oh, you actually are passionate about what you are doing, because a lot of people who are like passionate about what they do. So
Hmm, okay. So let's talk about like accommodation. Do they also handle that through your during your stay? And is it completely in person, like in the office, or they are doing some sort of hybrid or remote? Is it like fully on site?
Nick, do you want to take that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry. In
Yeah.
between something. Yeah. So like it's definitely they'll fly into UK. Yeah. So the process of visa, you need to have a passport, all those things. I think those processes are kind of easier because yeah, it's on priority base. Like they pay for priority visa and all for you. So when you shall get here, like they recommend like an accommodation where if you have best thing, stay with your family member if you have one very close to the office. If you have a family in London, please stay with them. Yeah, it's kind of expensive to stay to live where we are currently staying here, but it's the place that was recommended and it's very cheap actually compared to other
Are
options.
you
Yeah,
paying from? Are you paying by yourself, or Goldman Sachs is paying for where you're staying?
you pay by yourself now,
Oh,
but there's like a relocation of bonus that comes when you. All those things are just something that's like you have to pay by yourself, but at least they make it easy for you. Yeah.
okay, okay. All right. So I don't know if anyone has any question for them. We just have barely 8 minutes before Google cuts their Google Meet call and forcing us to pay for premium. Please, do you have any question? Please, you can ask whatever question you have. Please turn on your mic and just ask any.
How
Um,
do you get a work permit? Yeah, so the company is going to, you don't get, the company is going to get you like a visa. So Goldman is going to handle everything. So they'll just give you mails and oh, go for this appointment, go for that, upload this, upload that. So yeah, you shouldn't like worry about that.
okay.
Very frustrating uploading.
Okay. Any other question? Please just if you have any other one, just bring it up.
It
Let's.
could be about anything. You could ask about experience, what kind of projects you're working on, what kind of schedule is going through,
Uh,
anything.
but you said something earlier that they will throw you into project that you might not even have any like knowledge about. Like, would you say the skills that you already had helped you in your current project, or you are learning new technologies? And what kind of technology?
Yeah, so
or should anybody like have like, because someone might have the idea that okay, banks mostly use Java and the rest, so I should get some.
Yeah.
Is that the real thing? Like I should get at least a small experience in Java to prepare myself. Is that
Yeah. Okay, so the thing is, if you learn Java, it depends on the team you are on. Yeah, you get, they can put it in on a UI team. I'm not sure if you're doing Java. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you learn Java and you're on the Java team, it will help you. Not that like this place they have practices what they use and or you still have to learn. The best skill you can bring to this place, open yourself up to for like learning new things, like being able to learn something faster because you must do something more valuable. Yeah, so you have to just be open to learn, and you have to be someone that can learn and implement, and not just I want to learn for 6 weeks. It's not possible to do something like that. Yeah, because time is actually ticking, and for you're almost ending up.
okay? Any other questions before we leave Google Meet? We have just 5 minutes.
Can I say something?
Yeah, yeah,
Good evening.
yeah. Good.
Yeah. Actually, I saw the flyer on a friend status and I decided to join. So I kind of joined late, and I appreciate the fact that I learned a lot of things within the few minutes I joined. Maybe when I have questions, I could contact the person and you know
Yeah, yeah.
direct questions to you.
Yeah. So this is a recorded session, so hopefully it will end up in our community WhatsApp group. Let me let me share you the link here. So yeah, Emmanuel can go on.
Hi everyone. Good evening.
Yeah, the-
Yeah, I just joined because I ended a work call not quite long. Okay, so I graduated like 2 years ago, right? So am I eligible for this Goldman Sachs internship?
Yes, yeah. I have like one intern this year. One of my friends and he graduated like around 2 years ago. So yeah, definitely you can still apply.
so
All right.
he should apply still through the African recruiting, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so let's
So since I'm not like I got the meeting link from one of my friends. Yeah, so since I don't belong to any of these communities, like how do I
yeah,
get access to more information with regards to this?
yeah. So the full recording will be dropped in the WhatsApp group. So you can just join the WhatsApp group in the next like few minutes. I'll drop the full recording there, and also other necessary links like higher view and the rest. Yeah,
Okay. Please
just
can I have like the link to the WhatsApp group maybe?
check in the chat.
Um,
Check in this.
okay, okay.
Yeah, so
All right.
just click there. Okay. We have just 3 minutes. I guess any other questions so we can close the meeting. Yeah. Guess no other question. All right. So I guess this is where we draw the curtains. Thank you very much for attending our last PDSC event for this semester. Don't worry. We're coming back next semester very hot. So you guys should just write your exams. Sorry for this little distraction, no worry, because we just want people to be informed. So yeah, thank you, our amazing speakers. I've disturbed you since last week, I think. So thank you for making out time to join us. I really appreciate you both for coming. And I guess this is where we'll say goodbye. So thank you all for coming, and bye bye. See you in September, hopefully.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I get maybe their Twitter handle or something or LinkedIn?
Okay. Um. Okay. The meeting will soon end. I will. Yeah. I will drop. I
Uh,
will.
um,
You
okay,
can
okay.
see it here, but I'll drop everything on the group. So just join the group. and you get all
All
the
right.
money.
Sorry, sorry, it's not going to be a goodbye because I said this is where we say goodbye.
Okay.
It's not a goodbye.
All right. This one is a goodbye. Don't worry. Everything I will compile everything and drop on the group chat. I bet Google will soon off this meeting. Stingy people. Don't want to pay $9.99 per month. I know well. We'll keep doing this until you get tired. All right. Bye bye. See you later.
Thank you so much, guys. Bye.
All right. Bye.